Hello students, today our question is a spring block system is resting on frictionless floor as shown in the figure. The spring constant is 2 Newton per meter and the mass of block is 2 kg. Ignore the mass of spring. Initially the spring is unstressed condition and the other block of one mass moving with speed 2 meter per second collides elasticity with the first block. The collision is such that the 2 kg block doesn't hit the wall and the distance in meter between the two blocks when the spring returns to its unstressed position for the first time after collision is, so this is after collision here. So after collision is, so we have 1 kg mass here and 2 kg 2 meter per second, and this is the spring constant here. So spring here. So the solution of this question is, firstly we can draw the diagram for it. This is 1 kg and this is 2 meter just before collision here. So this is for just before collision, and this is the diagram just before collision here. This is with zero velocity here, and just after collision, this is 1 kg, 2 kg, 2 kg here, and this is 2 by 3 meter per second, 4 by 3 meter per second, and this is in this direction and this is in this direction, and we have the spring here, and just after collision here, just after collision here, and from this we can write here time period for this is equals to 2 pi, and this is under root mk, m divided by k, where m is mass here and k is spring constant. So this is equals to 2 pi second here. Block returns to its original position here. So this is pi by 2. So this is pi second here. This is 3 divided by 2 here. So from this we get d is the distance here. It is equals to 2 by 3, and this is pi here, and this will equals to 2 by 3 and pi value is 3.14. So we get this is 0.33 meter here. So from this we get d is 2 meter here. So this is the distance after the collision here. So this is our answer. Thank you.
Hello everyone. Let us try to solve the given problem. So the given problem states a mass m is undergoing SHM in the vertical direction about the mean position y naught. So this is y naught mean position, and this mass is doing SHM with the amplitude A and the angular frequency omega. The amplitude is simply capital A and its angular frequency is omega. At a distance y from the mean position, the mass detached from the spring. So at some distance y, this mass is detached from the spring. Assume that the spring contracts and doesn't obstruct the motion of mass m. So when the mass is detached, we can assume that the spring doesn't obstruct and the mass continue to move upward, right? Find the distance y. We have to find the distance y measured from the mean position such that the height attained by the block is maximum, right? So let us now try to see what is happening. So you can see here the spring gets detached from this mass when it is at some position y. Now at that position the block must be moving upward with some velocity, let us say v. So now first we need to find v, and then we can see that the total height attained by this block, since it has some velocity, so it will continue to move upward, right, with a acceleration g acting downward on this block. It will continue to move upward until its velocity is 0 at some point, right? So now let's take this as v dash, so there is no confusion. So first we need to find out h, but before h, let's say what is the velocity of this body when it is at height y. So equation of velocity is simply omega times under root a amplitude square minus y square units per seconds, right? So this is the speed. Now what will be the height attained by this mass? So you can see that this has velocity v, so it will attain a total height due to this g. Total height attained by the block will be simply equals to y. So we have to find it this height from the mean position, y plus v square divided by 2g. Why v square divided by 2g? Because this final speed will be 0, and you can apply the equation of motion. So you can simply apply the equation of motion, v dash square is equals to v square minus 2g. Let's say this height is x, right? So you can find the x from here. So v dash is 0, so you can find the x, v square divided by 2g. So this height from here to here due to the velocity is v square upon 2g. So we will add. Now we have to find what is the value of y for which the height attained by the block is maximum, right? Now we have to, for maximum or minimum, we have to differentiate this equation. Let us differentiate dh divided by dy. So first we will put, so we will write like this, so dy. Now let's take this, so let us now put the value of v square. So v square is simply omega square a square minus y square divided by. So you can see I have differentiated this function. Differentiation of y will be simply 1 with respect to y, and this is omega square by 2g is constant, so this will come out. So this a square is constant, so its differentiation will be 0, and minus differentiation of y square will be 2y, right? And we have a minus sign here, so I have put a minus sign here. So this will cancel out, right? So what we are going to get for maximum minima, this has to be equals to 0. So we are going to get 1 minus omega square y divided by g, and from here, so from here we can find out the value of y, and it is simply y equals g divided by omega square. So this will be the final answer. I hope you understood the explanation. Thank you.
Hello, welcome to Doubtnut. In this question given, two identical ball A and B, each of mass 0.1 kg, are attached to two identical massless spring. The spring mass system is constant to move inside a right smooth pipe bent in the form of the circle as shown in the figure. The pipe is fixed in horizontal plane. The center of the ball can move in the circle of the radius of 0.06 meter. Each spring has the natural length 0.06 pi meter and the force constant 0.1 Newton per meter. Initially, both poles are displaced by an angle of theta is equal to pi by 6 radian with respect to the diameter PQ of the circle released from the rest. Then we have to calculate the frequency of the oscillation of the ball B. Okay, since we know that frequency is frequency and this is equal to 1 by time period. Okay, then firstly we have to find the value of the time period. Okay, and the value of time period, and this is equal to 2 pi into root under, and this question is solved with the help of the reduced mass. Okay, and the mass is not actually m, the value is mu. Okay, mu by k effective. Okay, then firstly we have to find the value of reduced mass. Okay, that means mu, and mu is equal to, and this is actually equal to m1 into m2 upon m1 plus m2. But in this question the value of mass A and B, each of the mass is 0.1 kg. Okay, then we can say m square upon 2m, that means this is equal to m by 2, and m is given as 0.1 kg, that means 0.1 by 2 kg. Okay, this is the value of mu. And the second quantity is k effective, because we know that both spring are connected in a series. Okay, then definitely K effective is equal to K1 plus K2. Okay, then this is equal to K1 plus K2 and the value of K is, that means 2K. Okay, because in this question given that both spring having the identical massless spring, okay, that means K1 is equal to K2, then K effective is equal to 2K. Okay, and put the value of K, that means 2 into, and K is equal to 0.1 Newton per meter. Okay, and that is equal to 0.2 Newton per meter. Okay, then we can calculate the value of the time period, and this is equal to 2 pi root under mu, and mu is equal to 0.1 by 2 into, and the K effective, and K effective is actually 0.2. Okay, and when we solve, then we get T is equal to 2 pi root under decimal is cancel out, then we have only 1 by 4. That means 2 into pi into 1 by 2. 2 and 2 is cancelled, that means pi, time period is pi second. Okay, then frequency, and this is equal to, frequency is equal to 1 by time period, and the time period is pi second, that means 1 by pi hertz. Okay, because the unit of the frequency is hertz, that means the right answer of this question is 1 by pi. Thank you.
So the question here is कि दो masses है हमारे पास m1 and m2 and they are suspended together by a massless spring of spring constant k. इसकी spring constant k है. Now what is happening कि when the masses are in equilibrium, जब masses हमारे पास equilibrium में रहते हैं तो हम एक mass m1 को remove कर देते हैं without disturbing the system. तो जो amplitude of oscillation होगी वो हमें find out करनी. तो जब हमने m1 को remove कर दिया तो उस केस में हमारे पास सिर्फ m2 मास बचेगा एंड वी कैन राइट कि व्हेन मास m2 इज अलोन प्रेजेंट, तो जो एक्सटेंशन होगा एक्सटेंशन इन द स्प्रिंग इज L. देन वी कैन राइट कि अगर सिर्फ m2 प्रेजेंट है हमारे पास, m1 को हमने रिमूव किया हुआ है तो सिर्फ हमारे पास m2 बचेगा सिस्टम में, और इसकी वजह से जो एक्सटेंशन होगी स्प्रिंग में वो हम अगर कंसीडर करते हैं L है, तो अगर हमारे पास सिर्फ m2 है तो वी कैन राइट कि वी कैन डू द फोर्स बैलेंस ऑन दिस मास. इस पे ग्रेविटी लगेगी m2 इंटू जी एंड जो स्प्रिंग होगा इसकी वजह से एक फोर्स लगेगा ऊपर की तरफ which is equals to k into L, because k is the spring constant and L is the extension in the spring. So we can write कि m2g is equals to k into L. ये हमारी पहली इक्वेशन होगी. Now the second equation is when m1 and m2 both are present and we are considering कि जो extension होगी in spring is L dash, then in this case m1 plus m2 into g, it is equals to k into L dash. Now we can write L dash को L के फॉर्म में क्या होगी, L dash will be equals to L plus del L, जहाँ पे L जो है वो इनिशियल लेंथ है. हमने क्या किया है कि सिर्फ हमारे पास m2 था, अब उसमें हमने m1 भी ऐड कर दिया, तो इसकी वजह से इसकी पहले की एक्सटेंशन तो रहेगी ड्यू टू m2 प्लस उसमें एक del L आ जाएगा विच इज एम्पलीट्यूड ऑफ ऑक्सीलेशन. तो m1 को रिमूव करने की वजह से इसके पास m1 के जो एम्पलीट्यूड ऑफ ऑक्सीलेशन थी वो हम निकाल सकते हैं del L से. del L हमारी क्या है, एम्पलीट्यूड ऑफ ऑक्सीलेशंस. Now we can put this equation into this one, so we can write कि m1 plus m2 into g, it is equals to k times L plus del L. Now ये आ गई हमारी इक्वेशन 2 एंड वी कैन राइट कि फ्रॉम 1 and 2 के एल की वैल्यू m2g अगर हम इस इक्वेशन में रख दें तो वी कैन राइट कि m1 प्लस m2 इंटू जी इज इक्वल्स टू m2g plus k times del L, or the amplitude of oscillation del L will be equals to m1 plus m2 into g minus m2g divided by k, or amplitude of oscillation will be equals to m1g upon k. ये आ गई हमारी एम्पलीट्यूड ऑफ ऑक्सीलेशन एंड वी कैन सी क्लियरली कि जो एम्पलीट्यूड ऑफ ऑक्सीलेशन है इट ओनली डिपेंड ऑन द मास विच हैज बीन रिमूव्ड, नॉट द मास विच वाज प्रेजेंट. दैट्स वाई कि जब हमने यहाँ इस इक्वेशन में m1 को ऐड किया था तो हमने लेंथ में एम्पलीट्यूड ऑफ ऑक्सीलेशन ऐड की थी, क्योंकि जो एम्पलीट्यूड ऑफ ऑक्सीलेशन है वो रिमूव्ड मास के ऊपर डिपेंड कर रहा है. तो जो एम्पलीट्यूड ऑफ ऑक्सीलेशन हो जाएगी इट विल बी इक्वल्स टू m1g upon k. So according to this, option A is the correct answer here.
Hello everyone, so our question is, a mass m is attached to a spring oscillation with a period of 2 seconds. If the mass is increased by 2 kg, the period is increased by 1 second. Find the initial mass m assuming that the Hooke's law is obeyed. Okay, now we have been given that the time period of oscillation has 2 seconds, and when the mass is increased by 2 kg, then the time period also increases by 1 second. We have to find the initial mass m. Okay, now let's suppose that the initial mass is equals to m. So the time period will be given as t is equals to 2 pi under root of m by k. Correct. Now initial time period was 2 seconds, so this will be 2 is equals to 2 pi under root of m by k, or what we can write it out as 4 will be equals to 4 pi square into m by k. Let us suppose this is your equation number 1. Now when the mass is increased by 2 kg, time period also increases by 1 second. So the new time period will be equals to 2 plus 1, that is 3. That will be equals to 2 pi under root of m plus 2 divided by k. So this can be written as 9 is equals to 4 pi square into m plus 2 upon k. Let us suppose this is your equation number 2. Now let us divide equation number 1 with 2. So we will get 4 upon 9 will be equals to m upon m plus 2. So on solving this, we will get our m coming out as 8 upon 5 or 1.6 kg.